The following is a presentation of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. We are Houston Sports.
Hall of Famer number 375, Andre Johnson.
Oh, it's so exciting. He's so deserving of this.
I'm having a hell of a time.
Woo! AJ, let's go! I'm so proud of him.
I'm happy as hell again to be your first Pro Football Hall of Famer. Thank you.
Every year, a town in Ohio turns into the center of the football world as fans from all over gather to honor the greatest players that have ever played. 2024 was no exception, but this time, for the first time, a Houston Texans legend was among those that joined football immortality. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Gotera. The building behind me is the Pro Football Hall of Fame, home to some of the largest collections of football memorabilia from over the past 100 years. 378 players, coaches, and executives are enshrined within its hallowed halls, and now one of those men is the guy that helped put a franchise on the map. Andre Johnson's journey to Canton wasn't always easy, but in the end, it can only be described as remarkable. Although he may be soft-spoken, his stats certainly weren't, but this show isn't about numbers or touchdowns. It's about a kid from Florida who earned the respect of a city in Texas and got to live out a dream in Ohio, surrounded by teammates, family, and fans that helped him become the Hall of Famer he now officially is. It's been a month since you were officially inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Does it feel different? Like, do you feel a little bit better about? I mean, like, what's this feeling like a month in?
I think for me more it was the anticipation of what was going to happen during the weekend of enshrinement. But now all that's over, so now it's just more of like, you know, going places and people congratulating you.
Have you ever been to Canton before?
No, it was my first time.
What'd you think of Canton? Because I thought, I'd never been either, that town loves its football and they just appreciate its football, which makes that whole setting even more unique, doesn't it?
Yeah, so going for enshrinement was my third time going since, you know, it had been announced that, you know, we made the Hall of Fame. And I remember, you know, us first getting there for our orientation, and Jim Porter told us, he was like, I don't care where you go in this town, they're gonna know who you are. And I remember walking in the hotel, like, as soon as I get there, I walk in the hotel, and they was like, here you go, Mr. Johnson. Like, it's no, like, I'm just like, wow, like
who are you?
I never met the lady a day before in my life, and but they really, really love the Hall of Fame. They love their football.
You see him? Woo! You see him? Hey, Dre, one time, boy, we proud of you, baby.
I've never been in a parade with that many people, you know, so.
But you looked comfortable though.
I mean, you have no choice.
You look like you were enjoying every moment of that.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when, you know, they explain all these things to you when you first get there, and to hear, like, I remember riding down the street when I first got there, and they was like, this is where the parade is gonna be. They said it'll be 250,000 people out here. And I'm like, there's no way in hell it'll be 250,000 people out here. But when you get there, these people literally have their chairs and things set up the night before the parade. So it was truly an amazing experience. I can't lie, I'm happy as hell.
Have you gone back to watch your speech?
Yeah, I've watched it.
How many times? It was a good speech, by the way.
I watched it probably about 4 times.
to my daughter Kylie, and whatever you do, make it a Hall of Fame effort.
I remember telling my agent, like I don't write speeches. Like I like to speak from my heart, and I think the teleprompter issue was kind of like a blessing in disguise.
Today marks a very special moment for me.
I think for me, like when I got up to give my speech and I looked out into the crowd, I think then too, it was just like, wow, like these people really love you. So to hear them chant my name, you know, that really meant a lot.
What was the moment from that weekend that really stands out? Because I have a moment for you, but I just want to hear your thoughts on what moment really hit you.
Probably the moment at the hotel was probably the first thing that really hit me, and then walking through that gauntlet to get the gold jacket. I think that's when it really like sinks in, because you're walking through, you know, all these greats to ever play, and they're congratulating you and telling you you belong. And I think for me that was, you know, probably the best point for me.
How hard was it for you to try to keep it together? I mean, at one point you do, obviously the emotions let out, you're on the stage, Michael Irvin gives you the hug and all that, but walking through that gauntlet, like you said, shoot, there's people in the stands that are getting emotional, right? Like how hard was it for you to compose yourself, like, all right, be chill, Andre, be chill.
Man, to be honest, it's like, when I think about it, it's hard. I remember Michael Irvin, it's crazy how things come full circle. He gave me my Hall of Fame jacket at the University of Miami. And I'll never forget when he put the jacket on me, he was like, this won't be the last gold jacket I give you.
This will be the first gold jacket I'll present. I'm sure I'll get another some of this too.
Because we get gold jackets at Miami. So when he said that, right then it didn't register. So when they asked us, they was like, you can choose a Hall of Famer or whoever you want to present you with your jacket. So it was only right that, you know, because it made me think about, you know, what he had told me. You know, it meant a lot to him.
I could tell.
A text, he shot me a text and was like, man, you don't really understand how much that meant for him, you know, for me to pick him to present me with my jacket. So that was a great moment for me and him.
When your family came up after you had that moment in that gold jacket ceremony, that was a pretty special moment. Do you remember what your mom said to you that moment?
She was just like, I'm so proud of you. That's the, I don't even want to. That's all you could ever ask for.
It's for your mom to do that, because you know the sacrifices, right, that went into the moment for you and her and all that. I mean, that one picture of your family up there, I mean, that's an iconic photo for you guys.
Yeah, it's all you can ever ask for, and nothing else really matters. As long as I could make her proud, that's all I ever really cared about. This was a big deal. It really, really was, man. When I talk about it, I try not to get emotional about it, but I mean, it just is what it is. It's a tremendous honor.
Round of applause for the grand class of 2024.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio. You know, when you walk through the doors of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, you'll be transported back to a history of the league that started here all the way back in 1920. But what about the history of this particular building, and what, if any, Houston football artifacts will you find once you walk inside? Well, we took it upon ourselves to try to find those little hidden nuggets all throughout the building, and here's what we found.
What we are about is our mission to honor the greatest of the game, preserve its history, promote its values, and celebrate excellence together. And that top tenet there, honor the greatest of the game. That's what we're doing this weekend. We opened our doors on September 7th, 1963. We enshrined 17 members that first year.
Wow. I'm sure glad they upgraded the look over the years.
We're capturing a living history. So every day, the NFL, pro football is creating new history. And so we're constantly having a pulse on where the game is trending, what records are being broken, especially as we gear up for the 105th season of the National Football League. We're working very closely with the league and all 32 clubs that, every time a visitor comes here, they're going to see something new.
One of the most iconic sections of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the thing that you see on TV all the time, well, let's take a look. It's the Hall of Fame Gallery with all the busts that are featured on the induction ceremony. If you're a football fan, this place is a must visit. Now, as you saw in the video, legends of the game are prominently displayed inside everywhere you turn, but during Hall of Fame weekend, a lot of those legends come back to relive the memories of their induction that happened so many years ago, and to share some of those old football stories as well.
Hall of Famer number 375, Andre Johnson.
I mean, to be one of the greatest players to ever play the game, that's like I don't think when you play the game, you have that goal of wanting to be one of the greatest ever.
It's fun to say, though. You're one of the greatest ever to play the game, number 375.
Yeah,
right?
It's less than 1%. So to be part of that, man, it's still kind of mind-boggling a little bit because I've always been such a fan of the game, and I tell people, like, I think it really hit me the first night I got there, and Warren Sapp, my Miami guy, I was actually walking down the street to go practice my speech with the teleprompter, and he saw me walking, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be sitting out here all night. Come see me when you finish doing what you're doing." And man, I come back that evening, and we're sitting out there, and it's me, him, Emmitt Smith, Lynn Swann, Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas, and I'm a part of that now. So that was like, I was sitting there like, man, like, you did it, like you made it.
To the Houston Texans fans, I'm so appreciative of you guys. You guys have shown me so much love from the day I came to Houston, even to now.
As a kid, being from Miami, you never think you'll move somewhere and have effect on the whole city, let alone just your neighborhood. For me, like, I never saw this coming. Like, I never thinking like, hey, you're gonna go to Houston, you're gonna play football. And I didn't really realize how many people I impacted until I made the Hall of Fame. And I tell people like, and that's why I was so thankful to the fans, because it wasn't just about me. Like, this whole thing that is going on, this organization, the whole Hall of Fame thing, it was tough. Like, it was hard to get to that point.
Congratulations, Andre.
Right. You know, those people stuck it out. So, you know, like I said, everybody went in the Hall of Fame that day.
For the first time since 2002, the Texans participated in Hall of Fame weekend, and as you would expect, the fans showed up and showed out. Everyone wearing the new uniforms, Texans colors were everywhere you looked in this Ohio town. So we took the chance to ask them directly what were their favorite memories of Andre Johnson when he wore that Texans uniform, and the answers were pretty good.
Let's go. Man, it's hard to pick one. Just having him on the team is the best memory. I mean, where would we have been without him?
Obviously, the Cortland Finnegan beatdown.
Oh, I think it's going to be the one where he slept, you know, that one memory.
Well, the SmackDown is pretty popular. Yeah, that one's pretty up there.
It was when they played the Washington Redskins, and he caught that touchdown in the end zone that Matt Schaub just heaved up there, and he came down and big boyed them Redskins.
Should have been here 2 years ago when he was first done. Should have been a first ballot.
He was one of those guys who was the mainstream guy for the team. You know, he was the blockbuster name when I first started following the team, and he carried us through a lot of bad seasons and stuff and gave us a lot of hope.
Folks traveled a long way to be part of this, and Andre wants them to be part of it. He wants them to feel like this is their reward too.
It's great because, you know, they come and they go, but for someone to stay, as long as the fans too, just like myself. I've been a season ticket holder since since 2002, and through good times and bad times, good seasons, bad seasons, stuck around.
It's unreal. It's well deserved.
Andre Johnson has always been a favorite of mine as a Houston Texan, because every time we needed him to show up, he showed up. And so that's why we up here showing up for Dre to rep H-Town all day and every day.
You know, over the years, Andre Johnson's had a pretty good relationship with the media in Houston, and two guys in particular know him very well. One has called his games all the way going back to his days at Miami, and the other covered him from his first day with the Texans. It's Mark Vandermeer and John McClain.
When they called out the names, he made the cut from 15 to 10, and the key is to get to 5, because that means you're, in all likelihood, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. Cut to 10, he'd made that the first 2 years, and I had my fingers crossed, I had my toes crossed, and when they called it out medically, and when they called Andre, I turned off my Zoom camera, and I started doing this, got my composure, hit the button, like I was bored to death. I didn't want to see people know how happy I was. I was happy for him, the Texans, the McNair family. Wish Bob McNair had been here to see it, because he loved Andre on and off the field.
He's immortalized, and that era of Texans football is now immortalized along with him. And I get emotional because, look, I was with him at Miami, and there were numerous great players there, as we all know. But to have him here, we both have that Canes connection. I really feel fortunate to be a small part of that whole thing, being able to describe the action that occurred on the field and call every play in this franchise's history. But Andre Johnson, man, the best, the first Hall of Famer, it's so special.
One of the things that I noticed about you that weekend, especially when you come into the party after the event, when you like smile ear to ear, showing all this emotion, that was just all natural for you, wasn't it? I mean, all of that whole 3 or 4 day period, just, it seems from an outsider's perspective could be overwhelming, but man, you soaked it all in. Look at your shirt, it said you're happy as hell.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I think the statement I'm happy as hell. Told it all. But I really was, man. Like you reached the top. Like you can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere else.
To my uncle, Andre, who's not here, but I know he's here in spirit. He saw this happening before I saw it happen. And he used to always tell me, boy, you don't know how good you are. And I really didn't get it then, but I understand it now.
What do you want people to remember and to appreciate about Andre Johnson?
Just that he did it the right way. That's all I came to work every day. I think if you listen to some of my teammates talk about me,
man, it feels good because when Dre first came in as a rookie, I knew he was special. And every time he touched the field, you know, everybody knows Dre don't talk. He lead by example and actions. And I'm telling you, when he first came in, I just knew, like, man, this guy gonna be really special.
The Hall of Fame means you were the best player in that era, but also they couldn't talk about the game of football during the time he played without mentioning your name. So during the time period he played, he obviously was one of the best receivers to ever play the game, but you couldn't talk about the entire game of football without mentioning Andre Johnson. That's how dominant he was, at his size, his speed.
But all of us that played with him could see it, you know, when he got to Houston, that he had the ability, had the talent, had the demeanor and everything that you'd ever want in a leader.
For me, knowing Andre so well and knowing that he's such a humble, soft-spoken guy, to see him be showered with love and affection and know that he has to accept it is awesome, because he deserves every single ounce of energy that every fan is throwing his way and that the whole football world is throwing his way.
I was gonna come in, I was gonna go to work, I was gonna do everything I needed to do to be the best for the team and sacrifice whatever I needed for the team.
The Houston Texans finally have a Hall of Famer, and it couldn't have been a better representative. Welcome to Canton, Andre Johnson, your forever home. For videographer Mike Orta and the rest of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority staff, I'm Daniel Gotera. We hope you enjoyed the show because we enjoyed bringing it to you. Thanks for watching, and once again, congrats, 80. You earned it.